Hey guys, so before we begin this video, I just want to let you guys know that if you watch all the way to the end, there's going to be a 5 tips on how you guys can prepare for nano kind thing. Please don't skip to the end. That's just rude. Like, no. So nano starts in a few weeks. Some of us are running around like our heads are being chopped off and freaking out because, well, that's just kind of what we do. Everyone else is calm and serene and just feeling the vibe. If that's you, I hate you. So in reference to my nano project, in between life craziness, with school and all that other stuff, and procrastination, I have managed to come up with some sort of an interesting character arc development idea of where some of my characters are going, except the main character. She has been ridiculously stubborn, really frustratingly stubborn. But my gut has been completely tearing apart all the ideas I come up with her in regards to her motivation. And it's really, really frustrating. So obviously I need to get on that. So the writing goal for the first writing vlog, so this video, is to find something that will work for her in regards to motivation and pushing her in the direction I need her to go, because she's right here at the beginning of the series, and then at the end of the series she's up there, all the way to the ceiling, so I've got to find a way to get her from point A to point point Z version 8 or something like that. It's not a one book, it's a series, but I'm just focusing on the one book for Nano, and then I'll have to go back and redo it and figure stuff out, but I just want to focus on the one book, so yeah. I'm hoping once I figure it out, I can come up with a 1,000 blurb kind of thing for, kind of just to summarize it and talk about how it affects other characters, because the reality is, I've got this kind of thing going on where kind of one character's motivation and one storyline and ends up involving her, and that kind of escalates her kind of to the end of the series because she ends up being a portion of what helps them, but she also has to help herself, and it's kind of complicated. I don't know how I get myself in these situations. That means research, brainstorming, throwing everything else inside, and driving myself completely insane. Oh my gosh. Not sure how I'm going to do this, but I will update you as I come to terms with this stuff and figure it all out. Alright, so I look tired because I just woke up, but I wanted to get this done. So let's do it. So it has been a few days. The weekend was busy because we had Canadian Thanksgiving, and I had a tree trip with my mom that took the whole day, and by the time I got home I was so tired, but I still had stuff I had to do. So it's been busy. I'm tired because the weekend, but I have reading week, so that's great. So it's Monday and I haven't really been able to vlog much because of all that, but I do have stuff to tell you. I have the motivation for my main character. I'm actually kind of excited because it took me for flippin' ever. I've been working on this project since September with this main character, but the actual story itself, oh, that's a lot more complicated. I won't get into that. Let's just stick with what the video was about. So I was at the store with a couple people, and I realized that one of the main character's parents has not been introduced to the story, and they're pretty important in earlier stories. And because I realized that they existed in an earlier story that I have started working on, but I'm going to put aside because I'm working on this right now, it's probably a good idea if I introduce her in this story, and then I realized that she plays a part in the main character's life. So main character goes running to her, obviously to her now. Main character goes running to her mother, and her mother says some things to her, and then I realize, wait, that's the motivation for the character, and it's going to take me in the direction I want to go because I need to get to a certain spot for her. She's been super stubborn so I'm so glad I got that. I haven't written the 1,000 words. I'm going to go do that now, and I have to get it done and over with now because I have an assignment I have to finish for Wednesday, so I want to get this done. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's like Monday at like something o'clock in the morning, probably like 10. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I will update you guys when that's done. Get down, please. So 1,000 words turned into 300 words. I threw the number 1,000 out at random, so when I wrote all I could right at this moment. Please don't. I hope you guys can. It's wobbling. Look. Don't stand on that. Oh gosh. You can't stand on that. It'll fall. He's obsessed with that shelf up there for some reason. But yeah, the big goal, the most important one, get that motivation, was achieved. So I'm pretty excited about that. On to more things. If you watched until the end of the video to see this, oh, I love you. I'm going to give you a hug or something, or just maybe not. Maybe I'll just give you encouragement and happiness and whatever. If you didn't watch and you just skipped this part, that's so mean. Like, what? But either way, you're getting the tips. So it's not like I can like stop the video and be like, you can't watch it because you didn't watch the whole thing. That would be cool though. I would love to do that. As I promised, here are 5 tips that you can use or not as you're preparing this month. First one is to practice. This is not in regards to like pants staying and prep and like planning. It's literally try to write 67 words for a week straight every single day. Write about literally anything. Or come up with a short story that is, you know, about one of your characters. Maybe one of your side characters has an interesting story that you want to explore a little bit. Try writing 67 words every day about that, or come up with a collection or something. Just try to practice so that you get an idea as to what you're heading into, especially if you've never done this before. So the second tip is to figure out how you work as a writer. Do you work better getting everything done at once? Do you work better with chunks? Do you work better if you move around and change locations? You know, your writing location every day or every hour. Are you a pantster? Do you do better planning ahead of time? Because if you do better planning ahead of time and you figure this out now, you can start planning and prepare it. But if you figure out how you work, you can figure things out accordingly. If you're good at pantsing it, you can probably find a synopsis and idea you like, and then you can just go from there, because heck, you don't need to plan it. If you like to plan it, as I said already, you can plan it and you can just do your best during Nano and then make notes or something. Third tip is to reach out to the Facebook Nano group community, join it, or join something else, or join other stuff. Because the reality is, you may have questions about something. It's really good to have these things because people will give you encouragement during Nano. They will be able to talk to you about Nano. They'll be able to motivate you in your writing. Like, it's really nice because you have that community and people, and it's always better. Well, not always, but for some people it's better when you have a community of people that kind of like help you just in the entire process. So the fourth tip for, this isn't golf 4, this is just the number 4. 4! So if you guys want to listen to music, a wide range of music, lyrics, non-lyrical, whatever, make the playlist now. Don't wait, because if you make it like in Nano, unless you're using it as like a break, like it's gonna take up like a lot of your time if you're picky, or even if you're not picky, you just want to put a bunch of nice songs on there. Because the reality is, like, you need that time to write, right? So you need to make sure that that's done and over with so it's not distracting you. So the fifth tip is self-care related. The reality is, this is going to be hard for a lot of us, stressful for a lot of us. We're going to pull hair out of our heads. It's going to be really, really hard. And self-care is really important. So right now, what you need to do is you need to prepare yourself with self-care things that will help in that time. So do you like to read books? Well, then maybe if you need some self-care time, you can schedule some time for reading. If you're the kind of person that likes to get out and walk around and go for walks, make sure you schedule time for walks. Just make sure you guys have self-care kind of at the top of your priority list, because the reality is, like, if you come out and you have those 50,000 words, but your mental state isn't in a good spot, like, you've accomplished that goal, but what did you do to accomplish it? Like, you need to make sure that you're not just accomplishing it, but that you're also okay. The best thing you can do in relation to this is to find a way to motivate yourself to do, you know, the 50,000 words. You could make it kind of like a, well, I get 5,000 words, I'm going to take myself out and go buy a new book. When I hit 25,000, I'm going to go buy this item that I've wanted for a really long time. When I hit 50,000, I'm going to take myself out to dinner or something. Just find ways to motivate yourself. So that's essentially all I have for you guys today. If you guys want more writing videos, if you'd like some book videos or anything, please subscribe down below. I'll have some more tip videos in relation to writing and Nano, because that's really important right now. Because I don't know about a lot of you, but I find Nano kind of jumpstarts my writing a little bit, so that's probably why I'm taking it way too seriously. So don't forget to subscribe, comment down below. I'd like to hear what you guys are doing for your nanos. Let me know what kind of content you want to see, what kind of questions you have. Yeah, so have a great week. I'll see you guys next week, and bye.